Hello everybody, DK Guillotine here, and welcome to my unboxing review of the NECA 8-inch retro cloth Herbert West from Re-animator. I am so freaking pumped about this. This is kind of an older figure. I think this figure came out a couple years ago, and when it came out, I wasn't really into the retro cloth figure, so I actually skipped on it originally. But now that I actually am kind of into the retro cloth figures and I have started collecting them, I'm really happy that I get to go back and grab a couple of these ones that I really should not have missed by any means, because I absolutely love Re-animator. It is a brilliant film. Absolutely, yeah, just an absolutely amazing film. Really cannot wait to get this figure out and take a look at it, and it looks like it comes packed to the brim with accessories. So let's get in here close on the packaging, shall we? Alright, so getting in here on the packaging, we have the figure in the packaging right there. We have NECA, we have ages 17 and up, warning choking hazard. We have an awesome picture of Re-animator right there. H.P. Lovecraft's classic tale of horror, absolutely awesome. Death is just the beginning. You can see at the bottom there. We will take a better look at the card when we get the figure out. Re-animator on the bottom here. We do have a nice little bio right there. If you would like to read that, go ahead, pause the video, and read it on up, although it's not 100% focused. There we go. So yes, it is kind of cut off here. Let me rip that off real quick. There you go. Now you can finish reading it. It says ghoulish experiments. But yeah, also we got some cool obligatory product shots over here. Very, very nice. Once again, a lot of accessories with this. Very excited to check this out. Features, all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, I think we're ready to get this guy out of here. Alrighty, check out this absolutely awesome card, man. This is so cool. Check out that picture. That is so awesome with Herbert West and Dr. Hill's head right there. Re-animator. That is just absolutely awesome. Death is just the beginning. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm probably gonna try and find a spot for this on my random horror display. This is just super cool. Alright, here is the figure in the packaging right here. We just have one tie at the bottom and one tie up here, but I'm a little bit, well, there we go. Looks like we're all good to go, and we should just be able to pop Mr. West out of here right there. And ooh, this is already looking like quite a good retro cloth figure. And here we have him open up into the packaging, and I love this figure. Why do I love this figure? Because it's a Re-animator figure. How could I not love it? That being said, I do have some issues with it, and we're going to get right in on the issues, because I'm going to be blunt about this. This head sculpt, it doesn't really scream Jeffrey Combs to me. I don't really see a Jeffrey Combs likeness in this head sculpt, like, at all. Let's get a little bit closer on it, just to give it the fair go. But seriously, I really don't see Jeffrey Combs likeness in this head sculpt. It doesn't look anything like him, I feel. Comparing this to the picture we've got right here, yeah. I really don't see it, like, at all. And obviously, this is a beautiful picture done by, I believe this is done by, Jason Edmonston, I believe is who makes these. Oh, no, actually. He does most of them, but this one was actually made by Justin Osborne. So, shout out to him for making this absolutely awesome picture. But yeah, the likeness on this really ain't all that great in my opinion. I really don't see, I really don't see a great Jeffrey Combs in this. That being said, it's acceptable, I feel. It's not, obviously it could be better, but it's acceptable overall. Now, moving down into the outfit a little bit. When I got this guy out of the package, the outfit was a little bit weird, so I actually I have actually modified it just a little bit, not by much. I just kind of bring the pants down a little bit, and then I just kind of opened this up and kind of rebutton it to make it look a little bit more straight, because it does look like it's riding up a little bit too far. And so did the pants originally, which also I think I need to just bring those up a little bit. I feel really weird messing with a figure's pants like that, but it must be done. It must be done for science. Herbert West would know a lot about that, but yes, really awesomely done here. Now the lab coat, take a look at the lab coat, is removable, and we will check it, and we will remove it in a second. Also, if you look here, he has totally got some weird claw hand going on here. Now that's obviously so he can hold the Re-animator agent, which I appreciate. Definitely not a complaint. I definitely really appreciate that he can hold the Re-animator agent, but it is kind of weird because it totally looks like he has like a claw. They're like, ooh, it's the claw. You're scared of the claw. You're scared of the claw. So really cool there. But yeah, really nice overall. I like the lab coat. Let's go ahead and take it off of him though. So let's see here. Maybe I don't want to do this off camera entirely. Yeah, it looks like it just comes right off pretty easily actually. So obviously I want to display him with the lab coat because that's what makes him a mad scientist, but still, you can do it without it, and it does actually look pretty good, I feel. And I mean, he doesn't actually have it in this picture right here, so that's pretty cool, and he doesn't wear it throughout the entire movie, so it's nice that you do have the option of taking it off of him if you would like to. However, I definitely would rather keep it on him. So Alright, so getting the lab coat back on was absolutely easy as pie. This is definitely not a case of the Wes Craven's New Nightmare Freddy. This one went right on, although it is a little bit weird. I am definitely gonna planning on doing a little bit of super gluing to this figure. I don't like how the collar rides up too far. I'm probably gonna super glue it down to like right here. I think that looks really, really good. Have the neck exposed a little bit, and I'm probably gonna mess with the coat as well, because I don't think I'm ever gonna retake the coat off. So I'm probably gonna super glue the coat down as well. I'll probably talk a little bit about that at the end of the video when I end up doing it, after I've done it, tell you a little bit about that. But, yeah, that's just about everything to go over with the figure. Overall, I think they did an immaculate job on this, honestly. I think they did a really good job. Other than the Jeffrey Combs likeness, I really don't see it. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you see Jeffrey Combs in this head sculpt? But I just don't. I'm sorry. He fell over. These retro cloth figures don't stand up to all that well, but this guy actually... a little bit better, honestly. A little bit better of the ones I have that actually that don't freaking stand up. This one actually stands up a little bit better. But now for the fun part, this figure comes packed to the tens with accessories. First off, we do get an absolutely awesome little syringe of Re-animator Agent right here. If I could get my camera to focus, that would be lovely. Very, very awesome accessory here. And this is meant to go into the deformed claw hand looking thing right here, which is absolutely awesome. It should just clip into place and should be, in theory, should be really easy. There we go. Looks like you just gotta mess with it a little bit and boom. There you go. Now you can have him. Well, where's that elbow joint at? Jesus, criminy crisp. There you go. So you can have him holding the syringe of Re-animator Agent, and you do also get a nice bottle of the agent right here as well, which is awesome. This is so cool. I love all the accessories this guy comes with, and we haven't even scratched the surface with the accessories you get with this guy. We get such cool accessories with this figure. So we can actually put this one in the other hand over here. It just fits right in here. And a little bit of perseverance, a little bit of elbow grease. Doesn't really want to actually fit in there all that well. There we go. You just kind of push it in there a little bit, and then it feels like it wants to go a little bit better. But yeah, there you go. You can definitely get some awesome poses with the Re-animator Agent right there. So super cool that you do get the bottle and the syringe right there. Okay, so real quick, while I was trying to get the bottle out of his hand, this happened. I'm not freaking out about it because I'm pretty sure I can probably just click it back together. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. I don't really know why you'd really want to do that. I don't know, maybe can you possibly actually make it look like the bottle's empty? Let me see if I can recreate this. Maybe if I get some. Here we go. Let's see if this is actually meant to be a feature. Get this back off. There we go. So this is definitely attached to the bottom. However, you can totally just kind of pretend like this is actually, just like all fine and there's not actually a piece missing here. And you can totally make it look like the Re-animator is actually, empty. The bottle is empty. And then you can have this in there if you want to have the full bottle. So that is pretty neat, I feel. I do quite like that. So yeah, pretty cool little thing I figured out there. Next up, you do get Herbert's pencil holder right here, which how cool is this? And this should just pop right into the pocket on the lab coat here. I'm assuming anyway, hopefully. So this should just pop right in here into this little pocket. And that is all she wrote right there. So there he is with his pencil protectors, and honestly, that totally completes the look. I really love that. That is absolutely awesome. Check that out. That totally completes the look. I love it. Very, very cool. Next up, you get the shovel, which is pretty awesome. It has been a little bit since I've seen Re-animator, so I don't remember the exact scene where this is from, but it is a bloody shovel. That is definitely very much Re-animator. A very, very, very bloody movie. A lot of digging up graves. But yes, absolutely awesome. Awesome accessory right here. This looks pretty darn cool. I had to be honest, this is definitely the accessory I am least inclined to actually display this figure with, because he has so many awesome accessories. I'm definitely planning on displaying him with the Re-animator bottle and the syringe, but yeah, he can hold this if you want, and I'm sure we can definitely get some cool dual-wielding poses here. Let's see here, shall we? Shall we see if we can get some cool dual-wielding poses here with this creepy fucking claw hand? There we go. Little bit, kind of difficult to do, but you can totally get some cool dual wielding poses right there. Not dual wielding, just kind of two-hand holding poses right there. So that's pretty cool. But now let's get to the cool accessories. Not that the other accessories weren't cool. These next accessories are just really freaking cool. So the next accessory you get is, I think the cat's name was Rufus in the movie. I could be wrong, but I think his name was Rufus. But it's the dead cat from the very first scene with the Re-animator agent in the dude's house. I forget his name. The dude that was, letting Herbert West live in his house, rent his house. Really, really love this though. He kills his cat and brings it back to life with the Re-animator agent. But this looks absolutely awesome. Love the way this came out. It's not articulated at all. It's just a solid piece of plastic in the intestines. Like nothing is rubberized at all. It's a solid piece of plastic, but it's an awesome accessory to include. And I mean, I cannot believe how many accessories NECA includes with this retro cloth figure, because this is like the only retro cloth figure that comes with this amount of accessories. Case in point, I've actually still got this John Carpenter the Fog figure still in packaging, and he only comes with a sword and a sheath. That's it. Now granted, he does have LED light up eyes, but still, a sword and a sheath compared to all the stuff this Re-animator figure comes with. I don't know, just a little bit peculiar. And also like the retro cloth ghost face, that only came with a knife and the phone and the voice recorder. So yeah, really, really cool. But we still got one more accessory to take a look at here. Actually, technically two. And the last accessory you get is, of course, Dr. Hill's head with the dish as well, which is just absolutely awesome. Really cool accessory to include here. Dr. Hill's head in the dish. That is just iconic, man. I freaking love it. What a brilliant accessory to include with here. Man, I love all these accessories so much. The dish is really cool here. Now, the blood is a little bit weird looking. It honestly doesn't look all that real. So there's that, but I think it looks really good. I do really like the way this looks. And then the Dr. Hill head right there, which has kind of a weird, like, red smudge right there, because look at the way this looks. Doesn't this look a little bit weird? Like the very light red right there, and then it bleeds into this very dark red. I don't know, just a little bit weird looking to me. Maybe it's completely accurate, but still, really love the way this looks. Absolutely awesome, and that is some gruesome detail. Oof. But yeah, super cool. You can just have him in there and just have him talking to Herbert or harassing the one girl. Just absolutely awesome. Love this. I forget her name. Was it Barbara Crampton? I forget. See, this is what happens when I don't rewatch the movie that the figure's from before I do the review. I forget things. So real quick before we go to articulation, I want to do something real quick. So I'm noticing a couple of of blemishes in the hair here, as you can see here. Now normally that would piss me off, but I think I can actually fix them fairly easily just by taking a Sharpie here and just kind of dabbing them. Just like that. Don't just mark them because that could look weird. But if you just dab them like that, I think that looks pretty good, right? Definitely looks better than the blemishes being there, I think. So, I don't know. Just thought I'd squeeze that in there real quick before the articulation. Alright, now for articulation, and do keep in mind the retro cloth figures have very janky articulation, so getting in here on it, the head sculpt is on a ball joint at the base. I don't know, I don't think I want to pull it off, but it looks like it definitely has a ball joint at the base of the neck, so you can get a little bit of tilt, a little bit of up, a little bit of down, and a full 360, of course. So pretty good movement at the head sculpt. The arms could easily do a full 360, but you're gonna have to keep in mind that you're gonna be, the cloth is gonna get in the way of it, so it's gonna hinder it a little bit. So you can definitely get a 360, but definitely be careful with it because you don't want to rip any of the cloth. So just be slow with it and you should be fine. The torso actually does have, well, actually not really. This one has a bit of a different body than most of the other retro cloth figures, because no other retro cloth figure has this really easy bend in the legs. Usually they have to like spin forward to go forward, but this one definitely has a more standard hinge joint in the legs. So you do get this awesome movement right here, which is actually really good. I really like that as compared to every other retro cloth figure. Although I'm seeing that might be the case for why his legs look a little too long, which may be why they never repeated this in the future with the retro cloth figures, because it is a really nice range of movement, and it looks like it's actually connected maybe. Well, no, not at all, actually. I take that back. So yes, you can move the legs independently, which is very, very nice. So you can get a nice amount of movement on this figure's legs right there, and then they can go back a little bit. Not very much, but a little bit. You know, it's there. That's the thought that counts, right? Thought that counts. And then the knees can do almost 90, very close. And then you do have that freaking, death to this freaking joint in the feet for the retro cloth figures, man. Just the hinge up and down, no pivot or anything. I hate it. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like an homage to the old retro figures, and they had that joint, but I don't care. I freaking hate it. Ankle pivot is so necessary for when you want to get dynamic poses, and you just can't do it with this figure because the feet it's so weird looking. Like, you get stuff like that going on, where they don't sit flush. I don't like it. Okay, I take it back. I like this figure quite a bit, but I don't like that particularly. But I do quite like this figure. I will just spoil that right now. Alright, now before I continue on and go into the comparisons, I'm gonna do a little bit of work on this figure, with some super glue here, just to make this look a little bit better. I already showed you a little bit of what I'm gonna do in here, so I'm just gonna get started and we'll get back to you in a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so here is what I have decided to do with the figure, and overall, I am definitely pleased with the outcome. So what I did, I put some super glue around the neck around here, just to bring the collar down a little bit more, so that you could see more of the neck, and I still might mess with this one a little bit more, because I still think you can't see enough of the neck to make it look 100% perfect, but I definitely think it looks a lot better like this. And then I also put a strip of just put some super glue, a couple dabs of it right here, and I super glued the lab coat together at the point here, because this is how he wears it in the movie. I looked up some still shots of the movie, and yes, this is how he looks in the movie when he has the lab coat on. It goes over and it kind of tapers in on his shirt here. So I decided to put some super glue there. Now this has severely limited the leg movement. Actually, you know what? It really hasn't hindered it all that much. Obviously, it's going to hinder it a little bit because this no longer opens up because of these modifications, but I am definitely pleased with this. I think this looks 10 times better now that the lab coat is in this form. I'm also probably gonna super glue the pencil holder to the shirt here, because I definitely don't think I'll ever want to remove it. There we go. So now I did super glue the pencil holder onto the jacket, so it is now permanently on there. And I think this looks great. You guys can let me know in the comments whether you think this was a mistake or not. I'm always willing to listen to your guys' criticisms, but I like this, and that's all that matters. So yeah, pretty happy with these little minor modifications I've decided to make. Obviously, it's nothing too major, but I did just want to change a couple things about the look of the figure overall, and I'm still not 100% happy with this. There we go. That's a little bit better. The tie should just be a little bit more centered, I feel. There we go. That looks pretty good, right? Alright, anyway, let's get to comparisons now. Alright, let's begin with RetroCloth comparisons. Here he is with the RetroCloth Ghostface. Here he is with the RetroCloth Dr. Decker. Here he is with the 8-inch RetroCloth Male Alien from the They Live 2-pack. Here he is with the 8-inch RetroCloth Valak. And here he is with the 8-inch RetroCloth Stooge. Alright, now for Ultimate comparisons. Here he is with the Freddy vs. Jason Ultimate Jason Voorhees. Here he is with the Part 3 Ultimate Freddy Krueger. Now, obviously, these don't scale. These are different lines, but, I don't really care. Here he is with the Halloween 2 Ultimate Michael Myers that I've customized into a 1978 Michael Myers. Here he is with the version 2 1990 Pennywise. Here he is with the Ultimate Chucky. Here he is with the Ultimate Crooked Man. Here he is with the Ultimate Ash. And last but not least, here he is with the Ultimate Sam. Now for our showcase. Look, we all make mistakes, okay? Sometimes we hit the wrong button, but that does not change the fact that this figure is absolutely fucking awesome. And despite the fact that I fucked up and had to split this video into technically 2 separate pieces, which I am just... Oh my god, you guys have no idea what my reaction was when Wow, that'll happen. Anyway, let's just give the final verdict on this thing so I can get this train wreck of a video over with. Man, this was going so well, and then... anyway... Man, the world's a little bit out to get me today, and it's completely my fault. Anyway, final verdict time. I absolutely love this figure. This figure is amazing. I mean, if you like Re-animator God, get this now. This is an amazing figure. The accessories are so awesome. The figure itself is fantastic. The only issue I have that is gonna keep this from being a 10 out of 10 and possibly my new favorite retrocloth figure of all time. The only reason is because of the head sculpt. It's not a very good Jeffrey Combs likeness in my opinion. If the head sculpt was better, this could have easily been my new favorite retrocloth figure ever. I love this figure. It is amazing. The accessories are immaculate. The way it looks is so good. If it just had a better likeness to Jeffrey Combs, this could have been easily a 10 out of 10. But even with the less than stellar likeness to Jeffrey Combs, this is still a phenomenal figure. Absolutely buy this if you like Re-animator. This is so good. This figure is still readily available despite being released a couple years ago. You can still very easily get this. You can get it on Amazon for standard price, I believe, and it's awesome. 100% worth it. So very cool. Final verdict on this guy, 9 out of 10. Absolutely love it. Like I said, this would have been a 10 out of 10 if it just was a little bit better of a Jeffrey Combs likeness. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope that that people don't... Oh man, I'm very sorry about the little mishap that happened, that this had to be split up into 2 videos. I absolutely hate the fact that it happened. It was my fault completely. Blame me in the comments. Call me whatever you want to call me in the comments. I deserve it. But with that being said, everybody, this is DK Guillotine, signing out. Sometimes death is just the beginning.